Okay. All right. So this particular tool is going to be about uh, a new AI tool that I had found and I have covered earlier in our 10-day crash course that we had conducted. So this is a small piece of that 10-day crash course and a small piece of that particular subject that we had done during the 10-day crash course. So this is one of the tools that I have been very excited using and have been using this for almost a good 6 months or so. Because this tool is very new. It's not something that I've seen earlier in the past. I've explored like about 7 to 8 tools before, but this particular tool seemed to be very interesting. So I'm not going to stop and delay over here. We've already lost some time. So let me just get started with the tool. All right. So let's so the platform is called Ink. Okay. You can actually search for Ink SEO. So that's what you can do. You can search for Ink SEO. You can click on that, and then you will get the first link that comes over here, which says Ink, the web optimization editor, right? So let me just show you what it is. I'm just getting in. The website name is inkforall.com. That is inkforall.com. You can actually see here. It's inkforall.com, or you can on Google you can search Ink SEO and you will get the first link talking about website content optimization. So let me just show you how it exactly what happens and how it operates, so that you get an idea. I'm just going to make the screen up here. All right, and I'm going to Yeah, so that's a free tool. All things packed together. So if you were to think of Grammarly, Grammarly basically helps you with grammar primarily, but this particular tool, which is very new in the market, it kind of helps you beyond just grammar. It also helps you with optimizing SEO content, which means it tells you at a continuous on a continuous basis. It tells you what you need to tweak in the article that you're writing, what kind of content. So for example, let's say you're a marketer, and you have an SEO team that's out there who is writing content for you. You don't need to henceforth, you don't need to think saying, is my SEO working in the right way? Are the articles that are basically being submitted right and are targeting my keywords, and how is their efficiency and all of that? All you have to do is basically make sure that you get a screenshot of the score that you get, which is a content score that you get. And this score will basically help you determine whether your content is moving in the right direction, and then you can evaluate that in your favor, in your brand's favor, and then that's how you will be able to figure out whether so you will be at least sure that what's happening with the kind of scope of work that's out there is in tandem with what is required for SEO, and then you will be able to see whether that particular activity is actually helping you gain results. Primarily, this is to do with article writing, so I'm going to basically get into it, and I'm going to show you a quick gist of it. I've already written an article which basically is a about us page of a website. So I'm going to take you through that. I'm going to show you of how it looks and how it operates and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to take you through this to this tool so that you get an idea. So let me just hop over to the tool that I have. Okay, so this is basically the tool. So this is how the tool looks. Now it has, obviously it's got a light version and it has a dark version as well. So all I have to do is right now, so this is basically how you get it. I've put a header over here. I've put basically a subheader over here, and this is basically very similar to a Word document. You have the settings on the top, which is like bold, underline, italics, and you want to add links and you want to add images and stuff like that. Okay, so what's more exciting about the tool is what you need to do when you're writing an article is that you activate your on the side, on the two sides that you can see over here. You get to see one which is SEO, which is a bubble that pops up, and then you have another one which is grammar. So you can click on the grammar and see if there are any kind of grammatical errors. Now, as you can see, this is actually a worked on. It's already been worked on. So I don't really have spelling mistakes. And also these days in SEO, at one point of time, it was all about 200 words and 200 to 250 words. That was what was required in SEO at one point of time. Nowadays, it's all about long format content. When it comes to SEO. So you need to be as detailed as possible, as updated and refreshed and new as possible, that you need long 3,000 to 4,000 word articles, which include everything. Because at the end of it, when Google wants to basically pick one subject or one topic, it will read your article, which is long, and it will pick a snippet of that and show it on Google. And that basically becomes your, that part of the activity becomes a part of your snippet, which is a part of your site. So if you can answer all the different touch points, all the different questions in that one article, that's what will basically push you up in when it comes to rankings, right? So what we're going to look at here is how did I actually achieve it. So I've ended up basically doing a really long article because that's what it told me, saying that, okay, I need to actually write a really long article. So this is almost like a 6,000 word article. I think it's a 6,000 or a 3,000 word article, but as you can see, it's really long. Now, let me do this. Let me move from grammar and spelling, which it currently says that there is no spelling mistake because I've already worked on the whole article. So if there is any kind of spelling mistake, it will show me over here that there is a problem. If it's a long sentence, it tells me that it's very long, it's very difficult to read, so then there is a problem. So based on all of this, it actually gives, so let's say if I am cutting off any part of the sentence here. So let's say I'm going to stop, I'm just going to cut something over here. Okay. So as you can see, it's actually calculating in real time and it's trying to figure out, and it says that one issue is found, last check just now, and I basically click on it and it tells me saying that did you mean to say something else, right? So there is a misspelled word, and it then tells me should it add it to dictionary or whatever. So it's able to ideally detect what's wrong in this particular place. Now this is a simple AI, right? So you're looking at simple AI right now, but let's look at something from a perspective of SEO, right? And why this particular tool is something that I'm crazy about when it comes to SEO. So let me just shift over to the SEO tab, and that's where you can see all the magic. So this particular score that you can see over here is 81, and 81 is basically the content relevance score, which the Inc. SEO, which they call it as the Inc. SEO score. Now, how is it actually derived? It's derived by your first, by putting your focus keyword. So what is the focus keyword that I'm targeting right now? I'm targeting the focus keyword to be digital marketing agency. That's because this is an agency related page, and we're talking about the about section of the agency as an about us page, right? So I'm saying that I need to basically be ranking under digital marketing agency. Now, if you basically have a look at it here, you will be able to see that I have written a long format content, but how do I basically reach there, and what are the elements that I need to correct, right? So that's where it basically shows it, and it tells me saying that, okay, then now there are 2 word tasks. At one point of time, there were like 15 word tasks. When I initially started putting it up, there were like 15. And then there are like 3 document tasks. So what are these document tasks and what are the word tasks? So let's look at the word tasks first. So I'm going over here, and it tells me saying these are the things that have already been corrected, right? So all the things on the right side. So it says no section over 300 words long, which means there should be no paragraphs which are above 300 words. Use subheadings to kind of differentiate sentences. Proper use of subheadings, check. Headlines length, check. Your headline is 70 characters or fewer. 0 grammar suggestions, check. 0 spelling suggestions, check. 1099 words. So sorry, it was not 3000 words or 4000 words. In this case, they were telling me based on the article and based on this. So this particular thing keeps changing on a continuous basis. So I've noticed this. So at one point of time, it told me 600 words, and then when I almost finished 600 words and I had a sentence that required continuation, and I had a topic that required continuation, it told me write another 400 words. So that's something that happened. But that's a call that you can take. But this is something that it's suggested. And the other thing about why it suggests this is because it's checking the ranking of content relevance in real time. So it's basically going online. Every time I type over here, it's checking in real time and it's giving me a response. And you will see that when if I type something here, right? And it what it actually does is it's checking something, it's checking sentences and it's checking details in real time, and it will tell me saying that okay, this particular sentence is not right, or this is not phrased right, or this is something less. So or if it is more, in case I'm using too much. So for example, over here it's now telling me today, as of today, it's telling me there are 28 adverbs, aim for 69, which means I need to use more action oriented points. I need to use more adwords, so that verbs, so that I can basically make sure that I am under the competitive analysis. So like over here, as you can read, it's telling me great job, based on your competitive analysis your text will be perceived as bold because you did not overuse adverbs. So it says aim for 69 or fewer. So until 69 I don't have a problem, right? So I can use an additional set of adverbs as well. And then you can see there is a 6 passive voice, aim for 6 or fewer. So as long as these conditions and rules are met, so it's basically what it's doing is it's giving me a guidance on conditions and rules. So over here, for example, it says 10 unique hyperlinks, right? And over here it tells me saying that I have 10 unique hyperlinks, but it's telling me I need to have 12, which means the moment I do this, there will be a check mark. And then there is over here, it says readability grade 11.27, aim for 11, making it easier to read. Now, this is something that's extremely difficult. What you need to be doing is you need to go through the article, try to figure out where you can actually tweak this. It doesn't really tell you, specifically in this case, it doesn't tell you how easy it is or how difficult it is to read. But more practice will basically help you understand saying which part of the details were easier to read. So for example, earlier, before I started off, I had this converted this from a paragraph in the form of a paragraph, and then in order to improve my readability for highlighting these particular features, I converted that into bullet points. When I converted that into bullet points, that's when the whole thing changed. That's when the whole readability started improving, right? So this way you will need to find places, or even in this case, in my case right now, I will have to find places in this particular article where do I correct. So that's to do with SEO. So once you have done the first part, so this is the first part, which is the word tasks. Okay, then there is something called as a document task. Now the document tasks are those tasks which are required for SEO, and it is something that basically is understood by a search engine. It's not open out there. It's not for people, but it's primarily, this one is meant primarily, which is technical in nature. So technical in nature could be, for example, it tells me over here saying that your content is 86% topically complete, which means that I need to target it to basically reach 100%, right? It's an AI based tool. It's telling me based on everything that's read out there, based on digital marketing agency keyword articles that are read out there, mine is 86% complete, which means I have to basically tweak my article in a way that I can improve on it, right? So that's what it's telling me. And then over here it says 7 exact key phrase usage in text, aim for less than 5. If I click on it, then it will tell me which particular is used. So key phrase usage is this is the keyword, and right now it tells me that I have used it 7 times. I need to reduce the usage so that it doesn't look like I'm doing keyword stuffing, which is a black hat SEO technique, right? So I don't want to do keyword stuffing and intentionally, and to even signal Google's spiders or algorithms to kind of push me down in terms of the ranking, right? So I want to basically make sure that I am right on track, and that's the reason. So but if I'm writing it without the help of a tool like this, I will have no clue whether I'm doing right or whether I'm doing wrong. Then it tells me consider adding an image to your content. So in this case, I need to add an image to my content. So I've currently not added any. That's the reason why it's telling me I need to add an image. And then if I add it, then it will tell me, it will check. And then it will tell me, in this case, when you add an image, it will tell saying that you need to add an alternative text. So these alternative texts are required for every image, especially when an image is going up on a website. Okay, so these are things that it keeps prompting, so that my article is strong, my score is strong. And I generally, what I do is, this is a work in progress article. It's not exactly an article, but it's a page, and it's a work in progress page. So what we've done right now at the agency is that we are focusing on having at least a 90% strike rate when it comes to improving our SEO content. So all the content is being scanned through using ink, and we are trying to basically be above 90%. It's very difficult to reach about 95 and 100. So what we've done is we put a cap. So this way, what happens is, we know for sure, and our clients can trust us on this, that they will have a better article written, which is SEO friendly. And that's how we are looking at competing in the SEO space. So that's an interesting approach to look at. And if in case you're looking at having and having somebody write articles, or yourself writing articles, this particular tool will help you write articles. This is a free tool. It's a free AI tool, and I would definitely recommend try to make the most usage of it. Yes, it's going to be slightly difficult at times, and sometimes very frustrating, like I told you about topically complete and things like that. And what it actually means is that it's actually helping you write better. So take it in a positive sense, because that's something that's going to help you to write better, to rank better, and to optimize your content. So the other smaller things that you can see over here, which are meta title. Meta title is basically the title that is on the top that comes on Google. So let me just show you what a meta title is. So let's say if I browse like this, I search for Ink SEO. This is called the meta title, the one that you see right below here. Now this is an organic result. So, and you can see a title over here. This is called the meta title, and the one that's below this part is called the meta description. Okay, so this is basically, these are the two things which are important. So over here you can see that this is SEO website design agency Inc. digital agency. You click on this. This is basically the meta title, and this is the meta description. This is the meta title, and this is the meta description. So you can easily know what your article title should basically rank for, right? So it becomes easier for you to understand, saying that. And for people who are actually watching this, for them it's more like, okay, I get a gist of what I'm going to see here. And this works exceptionally when it is a blog article, because you can actually share what is the kind of detail. So for example, let's look at what I have put as part of an SEO meta title, and added a meta title and description. I click on this, and it basically opens up and it tells me, and I've written over here like this, saying Mindstorm, which is a Google certified hybrid digital marketing agency. And then when I go back and I basically have to check what is meta description, and I can click on that, and I can see saying that, okay, I've written it as a digital marketing agency based in Mumbai who have serviced 100 plus clients across the globes in social media, SEO, whatever. But always remember that it has a limit. It will not allow you to, if I write too long, then it's going to tell me saying meta description over optimized, or basically it's failed, or too long, or it gives an error. If it's too short, it tells me it's too short. And that's the beauty of it, because when you're writing continuously, it becomes extremely difficult for anyone, whether it's a content writer or a copywriter, to keep a tab, right? This particular system will keep a tab for you, and will also throw out a score. So overall, when you're looking at just going to SEO, if I click over here, it tells me, just on this, it tells me it's 81% optimized. All I need, if you're a marketing manager, all you need is just a screenshot of this along with the article. That's all you need, because then that's when you can basically figure out, along with maybe some of the word tasks or document tasks, you can tell them, give a screenshot of this. This is in case you're a marketing manager and you're wanting somebody else do the SEO for you. And on the other hand, if you're writing it for yourself, then you will be able to basically figure this out as well. If it is to do with plagiarism, it also kind of can detect plagiarism. So be careful about that, because that's something that can be found, and AI will basically demote you as well. So it's possible. But what it so basically, from that perspective, I find this to be a very exciting tool. If you found something interesting like this, please share it in the comments, or if you liked this particular video, share it in the comments, subscribe to it, and I will basically respond to them as well. All right. So, as part of this particular session, we just concluded with the SEO part, and I want to make an announcement that we will be conducting the second batch of the 10-day digital marketing crash course. We have seen a huge excitement in when we did the first batch, and then we had people joining in at the middle of the course as well, which actually made it difficult for people to follow through the whole thing, and ultimately we had to pull down the course. So what we're going to do is we're going to do entire a second batch or a second session with the course. If you want the course details, you can just text it to us, you can message us, or you can leave a comment here, and we will basically share the details across with you. And from there on, we can actually continue on the discussion on the details about that course and what are the course fees like and stuff like that. All of it is going to be a webinar as usual. It's going to be on the Facebook private group as usual. Nothing changes there, but it's going to be a repeat, along with a few elements added here and there. If there is a new angle or a new approach, I'm going to share that as well in the 10-day crash course. All right, so if you're excited, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have enjoyed this session, please give it a thumbs up and drop your comments and feedback. If you want me to cover a specific thing in an upcoming Tuesday talk, then I would suggest just drop that in the comments as well, and I will basically have a look at it and evaluate if that's something that we can come up with in the next week. All right. Good day to you. Have